While we on this show, I'm trying to look up some of these rules. What's going on with this Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight? And I heard. So I want to go on record for saying I heard that they're trying to make this a see right here it says use of headgear rumored. There's some rumors going around that will kind of validate what I feel, y'all. I'm gonna go on record for saying number one, I don't think that I know it all. However, I do feel like there are things that just happen, and before they happen, I know how they're gonna happen. I'm on record for saying this fight doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Once I heard yesterday or the day before yesterday, heard Friday, that the rumor is that they're gonna wear 18-ounce gloves and they're gonna wear headgear. I said, oh yeah, that makes sense. It goes from not being the publicity stunt that I thought it was going to be to being, okay, this is going to be something that they actually do, but they're going to make this as, for the second word, safe as possible and also make sense for both guys as much as possible. As we know, Mike Tyson is 57-ish years old. Jake Paul, there's a 30-year gap there, so you do the math, 27-ish years old or whatever the case may be. How do you legitimize that? You know what I mean? Like, you have to find a way to, even though Mike was who he was and did what he did, and we know Jake is coming into his own at this point, you still got to find a way to make this make sense for the business, for the guys, the list goes on. And so I'm like, all right, I'm going to pull back on saying this fight don't happen. It's just a publicity stunt because I see you're going to add a headgear. That makes sense to me. You're going to add 18-ounce headgear gloves. That makes sense to me. May not make sense to y'all. May not be what people want to see, but it kind of is what it is. And this is the only thing they can do to make this fight happen. Guess what? If there's some issue with these rules, something like that, it goes back to being the publicity stunt and this fight don't happen.
So you say with the rules, with the headgear, so places I'm seeing it says no headgear will be used in the bout between Tyson and Paul, contrary to previous.
So let me do what I do real quick.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is...
this is going to happen.
What I'm trying to say is this ain't going to happen.
Oh, the whole event.
And we've seen this so many times where what fight fell through? We
Jake
saw
Paul.
this.
It was Jake Paul.
No, we saw this with Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson when they couldn't agree with the money.
Okay.
So you get one side saying, we want to make the fight happen. This is what we offering them. Mm-hmm. You make an offer that he can refuse. You're not making an offer he can't refuse.
I feel like you said that about somebody else too, but
yeah. So the same thing with this.
Okay.
Nobody wants to see Mike Tyson and Jake Paul in the ring with the headgear on. They don't want to see Jake Paul and Mike Tyson with 18-ounce gloves.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some discrepancy and we couldn't make the fight happen because we couldn't make an agreement. But you done already announced the fight. You done already got people excited.
Yeah.
You probably done already sold some tickets. So what you do, you just shoot. And the fight never happened. Wasn't gonna happen in the first place.
Yeah. So, you get the refund. Yeah. But when does Jake Paul?
Should we edit that out? Was that too much?
No, it don't really matter. We good. We keep going.
Right.
When I get people get on me all the time. You need to start taking this boy serious. When he gonna take himself serious? When you gonna stop making
Jake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you gonna stop making lateral moves and start going vertical? When you gonna really go up the ladder of boxing rankings and take on the big names? The best fighter he fought so far is Tommy Fury, and he's a D+ fighter at best.
Ooh, D+.
Dang.
At
best.
D+.
Yeah, think about it, Shawn.
Dang.
And you couldn't beat that dude. All the other guys was not even boxers. I don't even count the last two. Yeah, that's tough. See, because you could think about C- fighters.
I say C- because it's hard for me to look at any fighter being a D or F fighter. Like, that's like kind of... I know. But to your point, that's the best you've been in the ring with. When me personally, because I get it, I'm not knocking you. I think he's 10-1 now or 11-1 now. 7-1, yeah. And I was just getting on TV. By the time I was 11-0, I probably had 3 or 4 TV fights. But nobody came to see me. Yeah. I wasn't making millions of dollars. You know what I mean? So he's literally doing what other fighters have done. We have all done what Jake Paul is doing. The fighters that build you up. The fighters that get you comfortable with being in the ring without a headgear. All of the little nuances that you go through with growing into becoming a professional boxer. He's doing it in front of millions of people. That's the separation.
What happens if you would have lost when you were 7-0? That's a restart. Now you basically 4-0.
It would, yeah. It more than likely would have been a restart. We heard, and I'm just gonna throw it out there. We heard the rumor that Haney took a L in Mexico, and we heard about that. But it's necessary. We can't afford for somebody to see a 1 on the record at that point in your career. You just can't afford it. My thing was, when I first heard it, I'm like, yo, he was in Mexico. It more than likely was a raw deal. Who beating Devin Haney in Mexico? No offense to Mexico, but that doesn't happen. And it's very possible that he fought an older guy that just was strong and coming after him. He didn't have the experience. List goes on. But he's moved past that. If you take a early loss, it could do something to your career. People may not look at you the same. The list goes on.
The kid's already a mega star when he came into the sport of boxing. That'd have been like you being on Big Brother, Realty, something like that.
Bro, early in my career, I watched this dude. It was a 6-round fight. I watched this dude. No, it was a 4-round fight, and I watched this dude for 3 rounds. And in my mind, got the check, we good, let's get up out of here. I come back to the corner, my dad get in my face talking about, you gotta knock him out. And my dad saw the expression in my face, and so he explained to me very quickly, and my dad is a whiz in 60 seconds. He said, you gotta knock him out. He said, when people look at your record, they need to see knockouts on your record. You gotta go out there and stop him this round. And I sucked it up, I went out there and stopped dude that round. People care about the numbers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, just saying that to say this, Jake Paul at 10-1, 11-1, wherever he is, he's doing what a lot of fighters do at this point in their career. He's just under a magnifying glass.
Yes.
So people want to see him in the ring with real. None of us really got real.
Yeah, I don't think.
At this point.
At this point with him, I would say F the real. Keep making the money, doing his lateral moves, fighting these guys.
But to your point, this is a lateral move, though.
I know. This is not going up the chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think, no.
So figure it out.
My thing is,
us? Like, you know what I mean?
I guess it's, it's a business move, but you supposed to be fighting I think he's cruiserweight. But you're fighting Mike Tyson. He's definitely heavyweight, so but you don't want to compete in heavyweight.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
but also he's a businessman and he's doing it. He's making the business move.
This is a business. It's just hard for me to ever take him. It's great for the sport of boxing what he's doing because it's bringing more eyes.
Yeah.
And I'll thank him for that. But at the end of the day, it's hard for me to put him as a legit fighter. And
I look at him as a legit boxer.
Okay.
But I just feel like it's a long ass way from the lip to the cup in terms of him saying what he wants to do. It's gonna take some time. It took all of us time.
Yeah.
It didn't take you time to get to the money, but it's damn sure gonna take you some time to get to that belt.
Yeah, if nothing you can do. You can't buy your way to experience, Shawn. You got to go through that experience. And do you want to waste that 10 to 15 years?
Yeah. And I gave it a free game. Make a belt that's just for the social media people. Make a belt that's just for them and market that for them. You still make your money and do what you want to do.
You don't need to cross all the way over.
Don't need to cross all the way over.
You good, baby.
Yeah.
Keep
you fighting. You gonna take a risk losing to somebody that people don't know.
And somebody, you gonna go up in there with a dog that really want to punish you, that know how to punish you.
Yeah. Just for an example, everybody knows Canelo, which is why you keep saying Canelo. But David Benavidez, number one, I don't think that's a fight that David Benavidez really wants. But if he got called out,
fight who? Jake Paul?
Jake Paul. But if he got called out,
he a dog walk.
And
Jake
he
Paul.
knew how much money he was getting.
He a dog walk.
He would take it just to go on the dog walk.
Yep. He gonna play with his food.
And now Jake losing to somebody that people don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I just want to kind of we can close on this right here. If there's a headgear and 18-ounce gloves, this happens. Okay. If there's no headgear, no gloves, eventually there's gonna be a mishap.